Morning, this is Troy from TR Tech Tactical, and I have been given a J5 tactical flashlight to review and do some stress tests on. It's funny that after I did the review of my own J5 tactical flashlight, that someone in the comments suggested to do some stress tests. And I said, well, I don't want to wreck my own flashlight for stress tests, but it would be really cool. And he said, well, why don't you ask the company to send you one? So I did. And here it is. And today is the perfect time to start the stress test of the J5 tactical flashlight. I'm not going to go into the reviews and the rants and raves about how good this light is, because I did that. And I'll put a link to that video review for you all to go back and see. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to stress this light out. I'm going to put it through the works and see what it can handle. This is a tactical flashlight, and I want to see if it can handle life in a tactical environment. And today, let's go on over to the window here. Today is a rainy day, and it's a perfect time for a stress test on a tactical flashlight. The J5 Tactical says that it is water resistant. I don't believe it says it's waterproof, so I'm not going to be dunking it underwater at all. But it is water resistant, and I'm going to put it out in the rain for a while. It's supposed to rain for the next couple hours, and if you were in a bug out scenario, a hiking, camping, fishing, boating, whatever situation you find yourself in outdoor sports, or a tactical situation of some kind, and it's raining, you would certainly hope that your flashlight is going to withstand the elements. So we're going to put that to the test today. First I put a battery in there. Alright, it works, it turns on, cycles through the 3 different levels, 3 different modes, and off. Now I'm going to take it out in the rain and leave it there for a couple hours. Alright, I've got the flashlight sitting out here on my favorite testing stump in the rain, and I'm sure you can hear it raining. It is quite wet, and we'll leave it there for a couple hours and come back to it and see if it works. This is a good test of a common use situation you're going to find this flashlight in, so should withstand the test just fine. Well, it's been raining pretty heavily for an hour and a half now on the J5 tactical flashlight, and it's getting pretty wet. So we're gonna leave that out there until the rain stops. Should be another hour or two, and that is a very, very good simulation of what this light could go through in a real life situation when you're out in the field and you've got to use this to get around, because the weather doesn't wait for you. You got to act and you got to do what you got to do no matter what. Well, this is an awesome test of the J5 Tactical. It is pouring rain. We have standing water on the ground, and that thing has been out there for 3 hours in the rain. Again, simulating a real world situation. If you are out there walking through the forest using this light in a rainstorm, which can very well occur, then you want to know that you have a flashlight you can trust that is going to work and be reliable in these wet, rainy conditions. So it should stop raining sometime soon. My test will continue till it stops raining, and then we'll go out and we'll turn on the light and see what happens. It's really pouring down now, so it's been a few hours now. Rain's supposed to let up any time now, so I'm waiting. Well, it's still raining, 3:30 in the afternoon. I thought it would stop raining sometime today, but it has not. And I gotta finish today's phase of the test. So I'm calling it quits. It's been out here for 7.5 hours. It is absolutely sopping wet. And here we go, we're gonna try it out. Sitting outside all day, and look at that, we have light. And we can cycle through the different stages. Bright, dim, high, low, flashing, and off. So, J5 Tactical has survived an all day in the rain test. Working well. Got more tests we're going to be doing on this. So, it's going to be fun. See what this thing can handle. I have the J5 Tactical flashlight mounted to my Mossberg 500 pump tactical 12 gauge shotgun. I have had this on here for a week or two now, and I've been using it actually quite a few times in the night, chasing predators away from my chickens. So I have put this to real world use, and I am extremely happy to have a tactical flashlight on my 12 gauge. I bought the mount off eBay, and it's just a simple screw-on mount which fits this flashlight perfectly. So this flashlight has served me well in real-world use, protecting my animals here at the off-grid homestead. I am going to do some night fire with this, so that'll be coming up soon. Right now I'm going to take this off here, and I'm going to take it over to the lake and drop it in the water a few times and see if it still works. Hi, this is Troy from TR Tactical. I am down here at the beautiful lake that's on the property where I live. And I've got my J5 Tactical flashlight here in my hand, and I'm just going to toss it in. Oops, I can't see it. I know this is water resistant to a certain depth. I am not sure about waterproof, but I wanted to take it down here and toss it into the water. What if you were boating or kayaking or river crossing or fell through the ice and this was the only light you had on you at the time? I want to know if this thing is going to help me make it home when I need it, no matter what the weather conditions, no matter what the situation is. I want to know that I can trust this light. And if it's labeled as a tactical light, then I want to know that it's going to be there for me when I need it. So that's why I threw it in the lake. And it's got some seaweed on it. Doesn't want to come off. Alright. Thoroughly soaked. And, whoa, blinding white light. So it definitely still works. Give it another douse. I want to really make sure that this thing is put through the paces here. And as I said, if you get a douse while you're using this thing and it doesn't work, then I'll need a different light. And if this thing works and I put it through the paces and I can trust it and count on it, this is going to be the light I use from now on. And from my studies and use on this light so far, I've been greatly impressed on how well it has stood up to the tests I put it through and the daily use. So I'm also extremely impressed on how bright it is. By the way, if you haven't seen my other review on the brightness of this light, go on over, I'll put the link down below in the video description, and you can go on over and take a look at it. Underwater light? Yeah. Looks sort of cool actually, huh? Actually, that'd be fun to play with at night, huh? Underwater fishing. So, there it is. A little more seaweed on it. There it is. J5 Tactical, withstanding everything I throw at it so far. Not a problem. So, next test, night fire with a 12 gauge shotgun. That'll give it some good vibration test. See you guys in a bit. Hello there, Troy from TR Tactical. I've got my 12 gauge shotgun out here, my tactical 12 gauge. I don't even know if you can see me. All I can see is when I shine the flashlight at the camera. And I'm going to do some night firing here. So I'm not sure. See, I know if I turn the flashlight you can see the light, okay. I'm just going to fire a few rounds with a tactical 12 gauge and give this thing a test. Now, as I said earlier, I have been firing this quite a bit, and I've been using it a lot in the forest, chasing animals that are after my chickens all the time. So I do know it works well. So let's just pump around in there and let's try it out, huh? Flashlight's fine. Hi, it's Troy from TR Tactical. I'm sitting up here in my tree stand, pretty high up in the air, and I've got the J5 tactical flashlight with me. What we're going to do today is simulate a real-world condition where you might accidentally drop your tactical flashlight, and you might actually be needing it to save your life. If you're out in the middle of the forest and you've got your flashlight on you, and you need to get home safely from way up here, or out in the middle of the woods and you drop your flashlight, well, you're going to hope that you can get home with the light. So I'm going to drop this from up here in my tree stand, simulating a real-world experience where something that truly could happen. Actually, this winter I did drop my Mosin Nagant from this very tree stand all the way down there, and that's why I prefer battle-hardened and hardcore military rifles, but that's a story for another time. Right now we're talking about the J5 Tactical, which I'm going to just drop. And there it goes. Now I have to go down and get it. Well, let's go see if it works. Well, I made it down safely. There's the flashlight. Fell from way up there. So, let's retrieve it. Make sure it works. There's light. Pass another test. To me, it's important to have a light that is going to perform under various conditions. And so far, the J5 Tactical has held up to anything I put it through. And in real-world conditions as well, I have this very light actually is now part of my tactical 12 gauge, which I've been using quite a bit, and you'll have seen that in this video. So this particular light right here has gone through quite a bit of use and abuse, and so far it's one of the best lights I've had in my hand. Now the next test for the J5 Tactical is a little bit overly extreme. What happens if you're driving down the road and you accidentally run over your own flashlight, falls out of your hand or whatever while you're looking around? It happens. I've used flashlights in the forest looking around out the window, and you accidentally run over your own flashlight. Well, let's see if this can handle it. I'm gonna put this down here. Whatever, let it randomly sit here whichever way. And I'm gonna drive over it with a truck, see what happens. So we're driving along, and suddenly your flashlight falls out of the vehicle and you drive over it. Oh no, what are you going to do? Well, let's see if the J5 Tactical can handle it. Oh, it doesn't look good. It's in there. It is in the dirt. It's not pretty. Let me shut off the truck. It is not pretty. Look at that. Did it survive? Can it handle the shock of being driven over by a truck? This is a 1987 GMC four-wheel drive pickup truck. And I just ran over it on a hard, look at this people, hard, compact clay ground. Now I've never done this before, I haven't practiced this, I don't know what's going to happen, I did not know what to expect honestly, and the guys over at J5 were a little bit nervous about giving me this to do this with. Let me see, pick it up. There appears to be no physical damage on the outside of the light. Now look, deep, hardcore impression in the clay, dry clay soil. Look at that full impression in the soil. Alright, that's pretty hard ground. So already that I see no physical damage, I am greatly impressed that nothing, not even the clip, nothing is damaged. Let's see, is it going to work? Look at that. Alright guys, there you have it. J5 tactical flashlight. I would highly recommend this to anybody. And again, this was a extreme unplanned test. I mean, it's not like something they have in their specs. It's not something they would advise you to do. But now you know you can run this over with a truck while off-roading and it's still going to work. Can you say that about your flashlight? I don't know. But for a perfect little all-around pocket carry flashlight that uses one single AA, which is to me a bonus in the first place, I would highly recommend this. And if you haven't seen the first review video that I did, I'll put the link down in the video description below. Go on over and have a look at it. This is Troy from TR Tech Tactical, and hope you like this video.